Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View in association with Petzl. The week ahead offers contrasting conditions. We start off mild, wet and windy with a considerable thaw on Monday. Temperatures will then drop again from Tuesday with refreezing of the terrain, and much mountain terrain will then be frozen throughout the week ahead, and the conditions broadly improving as high pressure expands its way northwards. We start the week with a mild southwesterly airflow, and the freezing level will be well above the summits on Monday, even the highest tops in Scotland a good few degrees above freezing point. A cold front that exists out toward the west, though, will move further towards Scotland through Monday night into Tuesday, and during Tuesday daytime the temperature will quickly fall again, back below freezing, even to 600-700 metres onwards into the afternoon, and that lowering freezing level extending into England and Wales too as we head into Tuesday evening and night. A more complicated freezing level situation will then emerge through midweek, where much terrain will be frozen. There will be regular overnight frosts into the valleys and the glens. Upland terrain broadly staying sub-zero, but the air temperature may well lift above freezing as an inversion setup may just emerge on the tops. The chart for Monday is a very unfavourable southwesterly, with rain fairly persistent across western Scotland, heaviest falls from Skye southwards to about Loch Lomond, and that will get heavier in the afternoon and onwards into the evening, continuing wet conditions here. Smaller amounts of rain further north and east. Cloud will cover most of the hills all the way through the day to lower elevations in the west. For England and Wales, not too much in the way of rain, spits and spots in the wind at times, but low cloud will cover the hills to lower elevations nearest to western coasts. Windy for all, gales extensively across higher terrain, severe gales over high tops in Scotland in excess of 60 or 70 miles per hour. The story onwards into Tuesday is still a rather wet one, with heavy rainfall to start the day across much of south and southwest Scotland and into central parts of the Highlands as well, turning back to snow on the higher terrain on its back edge as the colder air starts to arrive, and that front will sink slowly southeastwards through England and Wales during the daytime. Pretty wet though through Tuesday across most of the western hills throughout the Lake District and across much of Wales. Showers will follow into western Scotland, maybe just organising into clusters of more constant precipitation, with snow and hail increasingly falling with some heavier showery bursts mixed in, pushing inland from the west coast. Still a windy day for most, the strongest of the gales perhaps just easing down, but quite a squally picture across western Scotland, with significant wind chill over the mountains as those temperatures fall once again. Moving onwards into Wednesday, and a westerly wind stays strong through into early Wednesday at least across the northern half of Britain. High pressure to the south is just gradually building. Showers in western Scotland will keep going most likely through the morning, with snow and hail again to quite low elevations coming in from the west coast. Those showers will fade as the high begins to expand further northwards, and cloud breaks will tend to emerge, and some sunshine coming through more widely. Best of that overall, typically toward the eastern side of hill groups, and for Scotland at least it will stay rather blustery over the mountains for most of the day, but the wind easing through England and Wales as the high expands ever further in. And that high will be on the scene into Thursday, which looks to be the best day of the week overall for most places, with the high just centred out toward the east of us. Light winds for many, just near to some western coasts in West Wales, western Scotland. We may hang on to a stronger and gusty south to southeasterly wind. It will be dry overall. There'll be a few banks of cloud around some of the slopes, maybe some fog banks in places, but for many there'll be a good amount of sunshine, and temperatures over higher terrain near to freezing point, perhaps some high tops in Scotland just above freezing, above the inversion level that will be around. Late in the week, as the high pulls a bit further eastwards, we just more likely see a stronger south-southeasterly wind and gusty in places, particularly across more western mountains. For many it stays dry with some sunshine, but areas of patchy fog and low cloud may drift around some lower slopes. The main question into next weekend is just how much progress does a front coming in from the Atlantic make, and that may just bring a spell of some rain and upland snow as that runs in, but likely to be a weakening feature as high pressure expands in again, so that feature just decaying away to patchy snow flurries and areas of cloud for a time, and then fading as the high builds back across the country. The wind dropping light for many. Once more there'll be some fog banks and low cloud maybe around some lower slopes, and higher terrain quite probably above an inversion. High pressure into the start of next week is likely to be expansive from Scandinavia across the North Sea into Scotland, with a chilly easterly wind all the way across Europe, feeding through England and Wales as well. That could draw in a fair amount of cloud across more eastern and central parts, with a few snow flurries maybe just in the mix at times, but not too much precipitation in total, and favouring best conditions further north and northwest, particularly across the Highlands, where the northwestern Highlands could see a good amount of sunshine. Temperatures overall on the chilly side with regular frost and much terrain staying frozen, although again some high tops in Scotland at least could well be above a temperature inversion and just above freezing point, but a dry outlook does seem to prevail onwards through into mid-February. Promising weather conditions, but we could just be a bit short on snow cover. We shall keep an eye on those details. That is your Fleeting View in association with Petzl.